Most people pick an AI tool based on brand name alone. But last month, millions of users realized the subscriptions they paid for didn't actually fit their specific research needs. The result is the mess you see on the left. 3 tools open, conflicting answers, and no clear path forward. The confusion stems from a simple misunderstanding. We've been told that NotebookLM, ChatGPT, and Claude are all general assistants. In reality, they are built on 3 very different blueprints. To find out which one actually holds up under pressure, I spent 30 days testing them against the 5 most common research tasks. I wanted to see where the logic breaks and where the citations actually lead. What I found is that the best tool doesn't exist. There is only the tool that matches your specific workflow. If you use a tool outside its intended architecture, it will fail you, no matter how much you pay for it. Let's look at the architecture of these 3 tools. NotebookLM is a closed system, looking only at provided documents for unmatched grounding. ChatGPT's strength is scope, built for real-time internet connectivity. Claude is a reasoning engine built for depth, holding massive information to spot logical patterns. As the diagram shows, these tools barely overlap. Using them interchangeably is like trying to use a microscope to look at the stars. It's the wrong lens for the job. Our first test, summarizing a 60-page technical report. NotebookLM won this immediately. It didn't just give me a summary. It gave me the exact page and paragraph for every data point it cited. ChatGPT struggled here. Because it relies heavily on its general training data, it started paraphrasing common knowledge about the topic rather than sticking strictly to the text provided. For research, that's a liability. But when we moved to task 3, comparing 2 different frameworks across 3 separate papers, Claude took the lead. Its ability to reason through complex, conflicting arguments across multiple files is significantly more advanced than the other 2. NotebookLM could find the information, but its comparison logic felt surface level. It could tell me what was in the papers, but it couldn't synthesize a deep critique of the differences between them. The choice here is specific. If you need certainty about a single source, use NotebookLM. If you need to analyze the relationship between 10 different sources, use Claude. For task 2, we looked for news that broke yesterday. This is where ChatGPT shines. With web search enabled, it pulled current headlines and market reactions that didn't exist when the other models were trained. NotebookLM failed this test completely. It is a static environment. If you haven't uploaded the news yourself, it doesn't know it happened. However, in task 4, we looked at multimedia output. NotebookLM's audio overview feature turned my research into a high-quality 2-host podcast discussion in seconds. ChatGPT and Claude are locked into text. They can write you a script for a presentation, but they can't actually build the audio or visual components for you. A tool's power is limited by its output. If you need to share your research with a team that prefers listening over reading, NotebookLM has a massive functional advantage. Task 5 was the most practical, using a 40-page internal company policy to prepare for a performance review. This is the high-stakes reality for most corporate professionals. ChatGPT gave me generic career advice that ignored the actual company rules. Claude gave a great analysis, but it was buried in a wall of text that would take another 20 minutes to parse. NotebookLM extracted the specific escalation matrix from the policy and generated a list of targeted questions I could expect. It even created an audio summary I could listen to while driving to the office. For an IT professional at a firm like TCS, this changes the entire nature of the task. You aren't hunting through PDFs anymore, you're reviewing the key points. In environments like Infosys or Wipro, where compliance and documentation are massive, the ability to query a specific document with 100% accuracy is a major shift in how work gets done. For enterprise employees dealing with thousands of pages of internal rules, this moves the workflow from manual document hunting to immediate application. It's the difference between guessing at a policy and having the exact citation ready in seconds. To be honest, each of these tools has a breaking point. NotebookLM is useless for real-time queries. If it's not in your notebook, it doesn't exist. ChatGPT tends to skim. If you give it a 100-page document, it will often miss the specific nuanced details found in the middle chapters. It is built for breadth, not precision. And Claude is strictly text-based. It won't help you build a slide deck, it won't generate audio, and it won't create a spreadsheet. You get high-level thinking, like you have to do the formatting yourself. These aren't bugs, they are the trade-offs of the design. Knowing them is how you avoid wasting money on the wrong subscription. To make this actionable, look at this flowchart. Find your profile, and you'll see how to stack these tools. Students and academics, stick with NotebookLM. The grounding in your textbooks and the audio summaries for your commute are exactly what your workflow needs. IT professionals, use a hybrid approach. Query your internal documents in NotebookLM for accuracy, then move those findings into Claude to help draft your strategy decks. Content creators, you need ChatGPT. Real-time news and fast conversational drafting are where it still holds the lead. And for deep researchers dealing with complex analysis, Claude is the clear choice. The real winner isn't a single tool, it's the person who knows which one to pull out of the toolbox.
Which of these 3 are you using for your main projects right now? Tell me your stack in the comments.